I completed the Capital One Duo by adding the Venture X to the SavorOne that I already had in my wallet. I've already stated on this channel how good I think the Capital One SavorOne card is, and it could possibly be one of the best no annual fee cards on the market. And now that I've added the Venture X, I want to share my experience with both of these cards. So let's talk about these cards in detail and how they pair together. And of course, I'm going to tell you about why I love each one of these cards, and I'll share some of the negatives, even though I don't think there's too many of them. Let's start out by talking about the annual fees. With the SavorOne card, there is a $0 annual fee, so you never have to be worried about holding this card year after year. You will never be charged any fees as long as you pay your bills on time and in full every single month. And with the Venture X, there is a $395 annual fee, which can be extremely steep for some people that don't have any higher annual fee cards, but that $395 can be quickly justified. Right away, I won't be talking about every single great thing about the Venture X, but I will mention two things here in this annual fee portion of the video. I want to talk about the $300 travel credit that you will be getting from Capital One for holding the Venture X. This is an annual credit. You will get this every card member year, and so when you first sign up for the card, you will have 12 months to redeem your $300 off of travel. And what you'll need to do is purchase travel through the Capital One portal. That includes hotels, flights, car rentals, things like that. And what I have personally done to get my money back from this annual fee, I booked a $288 Delta flight from New York to my home airport when I was coming back from Europe. And this was really nice because we had to pay $0 out of pocket for this flight for me and my wife. And I could have booked a flight that was more than $300 and I would have got $300 off, but it only cost $288. Another benefit that I want to mention just very quickly is the 10,000 bonus anniversary miles that you will be getting on your card member anniversary. So I have not received this quite yet because I've only had this card for 6 months, but in another 6 months, there will be 10,000 bonus miles deposited into my account. For simplicity's sake, right now, you can easily find a 1 cent per point redemption value for these miles. So 10,000 anniversary miles is going to equal at least $100. So with that $300 travel credit, that is $400 worth of value for $395 for an annual fee. I would say with just those two perks alone, it can be justified to sign up for this card, but there's other great things about this card as well. So let's keep going and talk about the welcome offers on these two cards. For the SavorOne card, you are going to be getting $200 of cash back after spending $500 in the first 3 months of holding this card. I would say for many people out there, $500 is not going to be hard to spend in the first 3 months of holding this card. And with other no annual fee credit cards, you will typically find a bonus of $200 cash back or less than that. So that makes the SavorOne very competitive in terms of the welcome bonus. And with the Venture X, you will also find a pretty competitive welcome offer. So for this one, you are going to earn 75,000 Capital One miles when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. This welcome offer does not change very often, just like with the Capital One SavorOne card, and so you will typically find this bonus. I'd say the welcome offer on the Venture X is extremely competitive, so we have annual fees working for us in this Capital One Duo and also the welcome offers. And it's really nice with the SavorOne, once you have a venture card like the Venture X, then you are able to move your rewards from cashback over to venture miles, and we'll talk about this later on in the video, why this is so important. But when you move your cashback over to miles, you are going to get 1 cent equals 1 mile. So the $200 of cashback that you earn as a welcome offer for the SavorOne card can actually turn into 20,000 Capital One miles. Now let's talk about more positive things like the credits and benefits for each card. for the SavorOne card. You will get one credit that is extremely useful, and this is an Uber One membership. This is fantastic, and I love using this perk for Uber because that means you get discounted rides and you also get discounted Uber Eats. And so I've been having fun using this, and it's so nice to have this Uber One membership, a $10 a month value for completely free by holding a $0 annual fee card. And then with the Venture X, there's a ton of credits and benefits to enjoy. I've already talked about the $300 travel credit that you get through the Capital One portal and the 10,000 bonus anniversary miles every calendar year, starting with your second year. But there's also cool things like a $100 global entry or TSA pre-check credit that you're going to be getting every 4 years. And I have been using global entry for a while now, ever since getting it for free with one of my credit cards, and I absolutely love it, and I love the TSA pre-check that comes with it. You'll also be getting lounge access by holding the Venture X, and I can't believe I've waited this long in the video to tell you about that because the lounge access is amazing. You get access to Priority Pass, you get access to Capital One lounges and Plaza Premium lounges, and you get 2 guests with each of these lounge visits. It is such a nice perk to have lounge access because it's way better than sitting at the gate waiting for your plane when you could be eating complimentary food in the lounge. And you get additional card holders for $0. This is so nice if you want to get your spouse one of these Venture X additional cards, because then you could bring up to 4 of your kids into the lounge with you, into Priority Pass lounges, Plaza Premium, or Capital One lounges. This Venture X is packed with a lot of good benefits for only $395. With the Venture X and the SavorOne, you have some really good spending multipliers. We'll start off with the Venture X and how you could be earning 10 times miles on hotels and car rentals booked through the Capital One travel portal. The travel portal isn't the best, and yeah, because the prices are just inflated a little bit a lot of the time, so I won't be using this card a ton for the hotels and car rentals through the portal, but if you do choose to use that, it's so nice to earn 10 times Capital One miles when you make a purchase. And with the SavorOne, you also earn 10 times miles for making Uber purchases. You don't just get a free Uber One membership, but you also get a huge spending category of a 10% cash back when you use it for Uber or Uber Eats. Again, that is set to expire in November 2024. I hope that they renew it for longer than that, but it probably will not happen. But sticking with the SavorOne, you also get 8% cash back with Capital One Entertainment. And there's a lot of ways that you can earn this 8% cash back, like with sports, music, and dining. And there's just a lot of opportunity here, even though I have never personally used this. With the Venture X, you get 5 times points on flights booked through the Capital One portal. So again, it's another way that you can earn extra miles through the Capital One portal, which I don't use a whole lot, but I did use it for that Delta flight I talked about earlier on in the video. So once I spend more than that $300 travel credit, then I will be earning the bonus miles on select categories like the 10 times with hotels and car rentals and the 5 times on flights. You'll also be earning 3 times points in a ton of categories with the SavorOne: dining, entertainment, streaming, and grocery stores. And then the absolute minimum amount that you're going to be earning when you have the Capital One Duo is going to be 2 times points on everything, because that is what the Venture X earns. This is so nice because there's not a ton of cards out there that are going to earn you 2 times points on every single purchase, especially a card that earns transferable currencies like Capital One Miles, American Express membership rewards points, or Chase Ultimate Rewards points. If you earn any of these, you can transfer out your points to travel partners to get more than the cashback amount that you would get by just redeeming your rewards for cash back into your bank account. Of course, your redemption value will vary depending on what partner you choose to transfer out your points to and what you decide to book with your points. And so you have to be careful of that before you transfer out your points, but by doing so, you can get way more value for your points than just the normal cash back amount. Another thing I love about both of these cards is that they do have no foreign transaction fees. Once you've made the choice that you are going to use your SavorOne cashback for Capital One miles like I have, then you can start earning huge rewards on domestic purchases and international purchases because these cards have no foreign transaction fee. And so when I am traveling internationally, I don't have to worry about these cards earning me solid rewards like 3 times points on grocery, 3 times points on dining, and 2 times points on everything else. And because the Venture X is a Visa card and the SavorOne is a MasterCard, I don't have to worry about certain merchants internationally rejecting my cards, because the ones that get rejected the most are American Express. Quickly, I do want to talk about some negatives that some people have with the Capital One cards, and the first one is that the transfer partners aren't necessarily the best. And I would slightly disagree with that, but there are a few concerns out there. Concern number one is that Capital One does not have a good hotel transfer partner. The only good ones that I see out there is Hyatt, and you can only transfer your credit card points over to Hyatt with Chase and Bilt. And then the number 2 transfer partner that I see is possibly Choice Hotels. And that is only if you have Citi points or possibly Wells Fargo points. You can transfer to Choice from Capital One at a 1-to-1 ratio, but I don't think that is going to be good for a lot of people. But with Citi, you can transfer over your Citi points to Choice points at a 1-to-2 ratio. So 1 Citi point equals 2 Choice points. And then with Wells Fargo, even though they haven't officially released their transfer partners yet, that you can actually move your points over to Choice yet, there are rumors that that is going to be 1 Wells Fargo point equals 2 Choice points. So with Capital One, I don't really see a good hotel transfer partner out there. And also with Capital One, concern number 2 is that they don't have a domestic airline that you can transfer your points to. No credit card issuer as of this moment has a long-term relationship with American Airlines, and the only one that did have that is Bilt, but that is going away. And then with Delta, well, Delta is just not a good transfer partner, and it's only with American Express, and so I wouldn't recommend ever transferring your points to Delta unless you found a really good deal. With United Airlines, only Chase and Bilt can transfer to United, and there's other ways you can actually book United flights for cheaper if you transfer your points to Avianca or to Air Canada. Alaska Airlines is only partnered with Bilt and no one else, and Southwest is partnered with Chase and nobody else. So all of these big domestic airlines in the United States, there's still not a ton of flexibility that you can use to transfer out your points to these airlines. So yes, I do hold that against Capital One a little bit, but it's not a huge concern of mine. Another negative with the Capital One Duo is that the Venture X has very weak earnings potential because you have to use the portal if you want to earn 10 times miles and 5 times miles. And I would have to agree, other than getting 2x points on your everyday purchases with your catch-all category, I would say, yeah, it is, the Venture X is not a great earning card, but I think that's why you pick up the $0 annual fee SavorOne card to cover a ton of 3 times points earning categories. Another negative with the Capital One Duo, and I think this is the most important one, is that you will not be earning more welcome offers if you choose to just use these 2 cards for your everyday spend and don't sign up for any new cards. I'm somebody who loves signing up for new cards once I've hit a welcome bonus from the previous one that I signed up for, and so I don't get a lot of use out of just using the SavorOne and the Venture X for my everyday purchases, but it is a fantastic fallback plan, especially when I'm traveling internationally with the no foreign transaction fees and the really good spending categories. If I don't know which card to use, I will typically pull out one of these 2 cards to make a purchase, and I know that I'm earning a really good rate for this spend. And why you definitely would want to keep the Capital One Duo around is that you will never have to cancel either of these 2 cards cards as long as you're taking at least 1 or 2 trips a year and using up that $300 travel credit with the Venture X. There's no reason to cancel any of these 2 cards if you can meet that requirement. If you are interested in signing up for one or both of these cards, I do have links in my description that will take you to the pages to learn more about these ones. And remember, there is a soft rule out there that Capital One says you can't get approved for more than 1 Capital One card in the past 6 months. So if you don't have any of these 2 cards right now, I'd recommend signing up for one pretty soon, and then of course maybe waiting these 6 months to sign up for the second one. But of course that is a soft rule and doesn't apply to everyone in every situation. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to learn more about the SavorOne, I have a video right here for you, and if you want to learn more about the Venture X, I have a video for that one right there. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.